Mr. Stephen Ashton, United have lost 2-1 against Norwich. We don't laugh or cry. I'm going to cry, you can laugh.
I don't know where we go from here. I've heard a lot of people saying it's time he needs to go. I can't.
It's hard to argue against them now, though, isn't
it? I can see the logic. I can definitely see the reasoning behind it, but I don't agree. This isn't a job that was meant to have been done by now. This is a job that was always going to take a couple of years, 3 years maybe, if it had to. It was a big job.
But this is Norwich.
It is Norwich, and that's where there's conflict, because you go. We started that game. Norwich was garbage, mate. Yeah. There was garbage. The goalkeeper was like a ringer because he was just flinging it into touch all the time. There was no excuses from not pulling out of that game today. What happened in the live when I said to you, the only thing we've got to worry about is that we press so high, we push so far up the pitch that we susceptible to getting hit on a break, and that's what they did. And it was clinical, something that we couldn't even spell at the moment. But what I worry about is, let's say we sat Van Gaal in the morning. Are we beating Chelsea next weekend? Still the same players. The players have got... Van Gaal has to take some blame for this, and he is taking some blame for this. Probably more than he should, in all honesty. The players need to stand up. We said it in the live as well earlier, didn't we? Wayne Rooney, now it's about time to step up. There's only a select few players have got those 500 appearances. He's got to play like the captain, like the massively experienced footballer that he is.
Did he play like a player that deserves to come straight back into the team?
Did he fuck? And he never has. We've said it all year, there's a conundrum. Why is Herrera on the bench? Herrera's mint. Herrera's a player that you look at and you go, I can see you getting into most World 11s. Do you know what I mean? I can see any team in the world benefiting from having a player like Herrera. Wayne Rooney, there might be about 4 Premier League teams that are taking, maybe.
I was thinking the other day, I would be a fan of getting Lukaku at Manchester United. I think him and Martial could build a fantastic partnership. This isn't a transfer debate, by the way, I know, but if we were to have to say to Everton, take Wayne Rooney, give us Lukaku, we'd have to throw 30 mil on top.
We'd probably end up paying his wages to go.
It says a lot about how far he's fallen.
It's an endless debate about Rooney, innit? So let's not even bother getting stuck in.
Wayne Rooney isn't a reason we lost today, by the way, before you slaughter us in the comments.
No, Rooney's not a reason we lost. But I'd argue Van Gaal's not the reason that we lost either. I have to proportion some blame to him for performance. I have to proportion some blame to him for the squad management. But that's what I'm saying. If you sack him before the job he's come to do is done, then you're going to forever do that. The next manager is going to go on a run of 5 or 6 games, and you're going to be calling for him out either. You've got to be patient, and I know it's hard being patient. I'm frustrated to shit, man. I don't want to be coming here watching that and watching us getting beat to teams that we should be beating like Norwich, but I don't see how you improve it by sacking a man halfway through his job, when the one big mistake I can point at him is the mismanagement of the last window, because I think he would have had a lot of say in that. Now, there might have been some things that the club decided, some things that Ed Woodward decided to get players off the wage book, right? But there's definitely some things that Louis van Gaal could have actioned that I think he probably made mistakes in. My problem is, if you get somebody else in Monday morning, tomorrow, whenever it is, they're not going to do much better, if any better, with the current squad that we've got, because the squad's not good enough. So Louis van Gaal's built this squad, he's built this system into him. Give him January to right the wrongs that he made in the summer, and he's going to get to the end of the season regardless, isn't he? And it's only not coming in the top 3, probably 4, that's going to seal his fate. Until then, chill the fuck out, because Mourinho's not going to come in and do a job, because the guys...
See, I find myself like, I agree with you, and then I argue with you in my head, thinking it is his fault because the players aren't playing. We should have been able to pick... This team was good enough to beat, I think, any team in the league today, on paper. But we've played like dog shit. Now, surely, he has to instill some confidence into these players. He needs to allow these players to flourish. He needs to say to Juan Mata...
Would you say dog shit again, though?
No, yes, I would say dog shit, because
chances.
We play to the strengths of one of our worst players, Marouane Fellaini, and we don't play to the strengths of our better players. Why don't we play to the strengths of Mata? Why don't we play to the strengths of Martial? Players that, as you say, would get into most teams in the world, but when they're playing at the moment, they're playing within themselves.
Wayne Rooney has to play, which moves Mata probably out of a better position, which moves...
But
Herrera
that's the manager making Wayne Rooney so important.
But is it?
It is.
Well, maybe it is. Maybe it's in his fucking contract that he's got to play every single game. Well, I can, because I said maybe. I didn't say it is. I said maybe it is.
Apparently.
Apparently it is. There's no other reason why don't give me the finger. There's no other reason why every single time Wayne Rooney comes straight into the team. Captain, asked. I've seen better captains at under 9s. It's absolutely not good enough.
Cheers, Arsene. I've just had an argument with myself. See you later.